What if I told you that you could become the first agent ChatGPT recommends when someone asks, "Who's the best real estate agent in my area?" in under 60 days using a simple three-step system? So, today I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly how to do just that. You're going to watch me take the exact AI optimization strategy that's generated millions of dollars for teams all over the country. But first, here's what nobody's telling you. Most agents think AI search is just another fad, another marketing gimmick that they can ignore. That's completely backwards. Picture this: a homeowner in your city doesn't Google best realtor anymore. Instead, they're going to open up ChatGPT on their phone and go, "Who's the best real estate agent to sell my house in Seattle?" Will it say your name, or will you be left in the digital dust? This isn't sci-fi, this is happening right now. So I'm Brendan Bardick, your friendly neighborhood real estate nerd, and today I'm going to show you how artificial intelligence is changing the game for how clients find agents. Whether they're buyers or sellers, we'll see what happens when we ask AI for the top agents in Seattle versus Miami. We're going to go East Coast, West Coast battle. And I'll give you a step-by-step guide so you can make sure you know how to show up when someone asks, "Who's the best real estate agent in my area?" So buckle up, the robots are here, and we're going to make sure they're on your side. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through the exact three-step system that makes AI recommend you. And by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to implement this today. So first, let's start out with why AI search is different. So let me share my screen and I'm going to show you exactly how this works. So as I do this, make sure if you want my entire AI checklist and the entire playbook to make sure you show up for AI search, comment beast below and I'll hook you up with the entire thing for free. So let's jump over and take a look at Google here for just a second. So here's the old way. Now let's just take a look at this. I want to search best agent to sell my home in Seattle. This is what comes up traditionally. So first of all, you've got sponsored ads. This means Google pay-per-click. Someone's paying to have this come up, and they're probably paying a pretty decent amount for the person to draw them to that attention. Next, we've got another sponsored ad. And then Google's using its AI to kind of give a very generic overview about what it thinks you could do to find the best agent in Seattle. Now check this out over here. First thing that's going to come up when you do Google search is generally a YouTube video. That's why YouTube is such a powerhouse. And if you're not leveraging YouTube to draw traffic to you, then you're going to be left behind anyway. So that comes up next. We've got some other little articles here. And then, of course, Zillow. Now, after we get by all of its AI recommendations, the first non-sponsored is still the OG in the room, Zillow. It's still going to come up number one organically, and so a seller could click on those stats. Then we've got forums like Reddit. So you can also leverage Reddit. Now, I want to be very clear as we move forward into this. Even though AI is making a huge move in search right now, Google still dominates. It's still somewhere in the realm in certain areas of 90 to 95% of the search. But that window is shortening every single day. We're starting to see more and more people get comfortable with AI. More and more people start using not only its regular functions, but its agent functions, which I'll show you here in a second. And it's going to start closing that gap more and more. So we have to start thinking about how we're going to position ourselves so we don't get left behind. So that's what we're looking at when we're in a traditional, and I do mean traditional, Google search. So now let me talk to you for a second about this, and I want to make sure that we're really clear. The big question is how AI search is different and how completely contrasting it is compared to Google. AI cares less about design and more about substance. It's reading everything: property listings, market reports, blogs, news articles, reviews, and it's trying to cook up a single smart answer. And here's the kicker: AI only remembers what it's been published in clear, structured language referenced across multiple sources and cited on platforms it trusts. That means if you want to be on AI's radar, then you need to be everywhere that it looks and in the right format. So enough talk. Let's put this West Coast or East Coast, West Coast battle to the test. I'm going to share my screen now and take a look at Seattle versus Miami and see how ChatGPT handles that right now. So as I go to this screen share here, let's talk about first jumping into ChatGPT. So first of all, it's going to ask me what can I help with? And I'm just going to type in here really quickly. I've already saved this. Find the best agent to sell my home in Seattle. Now, when I hit that go button, or whatever that button's called, it's going to start searching the web. Seattle's most productive listing agents last 12 months. First, immediately, right? It's going to go to from List with Clever's August 2025 ranking. Seller stack record plus excellent client feedback. It starts providing all this. Check this out. Fast Expert. Then Zillow's insights from Zillow Agent Directory. Then we've got who should you call? Proven volume, all around excellence, solid mix of both. Next move, how to decide fast. And then it's going to go in and tell me all these great things. So that's what I was saying. Now, here's what I want to point out. When you see this information, here's where it's quoting these sources. And this is where you want to start thinking about how you can show up in the same places. So it quoted 6 different sources, and it's providing those before. Clever Real Estate, Zillow, HomeIA.com, Rate My Agent, Wikipedia, right? And then Compass's website. It's searching actual brokerage's website, and then the Reddit format. That's how it came up with this summary of what it's doing. So if we're going to play AI, we need to start thinking about how AI is going to search. So remember, you can always expand on these different portals here. Fast Expert's an amazing real estate site that recommends best agents on the sell side. Now remember, I'm a listing beast, so we're going to be talking about sell side right now. If you're looking to get more buyers, that's an entirely separate search. But we're going to be talking about listings, because when you control the listings, you control the inventory, you control your time, you make more money, have a better life. So now we've got Fast Experts here. Zillow, Clever, right? It's kind of regrouping that and summarizing all of that information. And then we went to 15 different sources here below. HomeLight, Yelp, Wikipedia. So I'm just pointing this out to make sure that we're looking at the source data and that we have some very clear expectations on what it's going to do. Now, here's the thing that's also very interesting. Before I set this video up, I also did a previous search just to see if it would do anything different if I did it 2 times in a row. So this was the first time, right? Look at those names there. This was the second time that I wanted to do live with you. This is what I did, the same exact chat, same exact everything, the first time. So it's giving different results and using different types of search each and every time, but still we're getting some different sources now, right? We've got real estate news, we've got August, Clever still again, HomeLight, those types, Seattle Agent Magazine. Interesting, Seattle Agent Magazine. So find me the best agent to sell my home in Seattle, and then find me the best agent to sell my home in Seattle. Same exact search, different results, and then different summary of looking at those two. End all point here, we still want to make sure that we're dominating the areas that it's coming up with. And I'm going to give you a simple step-by-step guide to make sure you show up when it does. Now, let's take that a step forward. Let's go to our East Coast battle. So that was West Coast Seattle. So I said, find me the best agent to sell my home in Miami Beach. And this is what it pulled up. So we've got top luxury real estate agents in Miami Beach. I didn't ask for a luxury agent. That's what it came up with. It goes, if you're looking to sell Miami, here's the straight up scoop. You want someone who can actually get the job done in today's ultra luxury obsessed market. It's making a decision with its AI brain that Miami Beach is luxury compared to Seattle not being luxury. And it's making decisions as it searches based on all of its vast knowledge to come up with those recommendations. So now we've got all of this different, but still start thinking about the source. Lux Life Miami blog, right? It's looking at the different 8 sources here. Ivan and Mike, top team luxury real estate agents. So The Spruce, TikTok is helping more agents. Zillow, of course. U.S. News and Real Estate, which I've noticed it likes to use a lot. So if there's any way you can get on U.S. News and Real Estate, AI seems to love that source. And then blogs, luxury real estate blogs, because its mind is going, Miami, luxury, let me put that up, okay? So now we've got all of these recommendations, and then it's going to do a summary here. Bottom line, it's going to list all the sources below. Great. Now here's where things get really, really, really interesting. I then, with agent option now, if you're not familiar with what agent means, Agent means that when I'm in ChatGPT down here, as you can see, I'm in agent mode. So you can select this. This means I want the AI to do something for me as if it's acting as my personal assistant. So I'm talking to it. Instead of saying research, I'm saying, I want you to do this action and make it happen for me. I want to find a handyman. I want to find an agent. I want to find a plumber. Bada bing, bada boom, all of that. It's working as my agent. And as we integrate with this, it's going to become more and more helpful because you can obviously incorporate it with your emails. You can incorporate it to do so many other tasks, book your vacations. But people are going to start really looking at it going, you're my assistant. Find me the best person to do this. And this is the response that it came up with. Got it, Brennan. I'll start looking for top real estate agents in Seattle. It worked for 6 minutes, 7 searches, 65 sources, right? This is what it looked like when it was doing it in real speed behind the scenes. It's going through all of this information to source all of this data. Now it's going to show the entire play. And so it did all of these actions, which took it 6 minutes to complete. And here's what it came up with below. Now, they're very different in a lot of aspects compared to our original search. So we've got Doron, we've got the Mardona group, we've got Steve Levitzauer from Windermere. It's providing me actual contact information, phone numbers and emails, because I asked it as my assistant. I said, look, I want to get this done. If I wanted to take it one step forward very, very soon, and if not right now, I could go, I want you to connect with, let's say the first one here, Doran, and I apologize if I'm not saying that name correct, Doran. I hope if you're watching this, I apologize. It could actually email and draft an email for me saying, I'd like to set up a listing appointment for you to come over and see my home. I know the seller wouldn't say, listen, but I'd like to set up a time for you to come over and take a look at my home to let me know how much it's worth. It can do all of that. And so it would draft the email, send it to them. That's how fast this is going to go. So if we're not embracing how quickly we need to adjust to this, you, me, all of us, going to be left behind. So that's what agent mode looks like, and that's why it's massively different. So again, agent mode, best Seattle agents. So let's take a look here. Doran, the Mardona, Steve, and Olga. Jennifer, it's giving a variety of names. Now we go back to its original search. Okay, Doran's still there, but now we've got some different names coming in, okay? We've got some different things as the selling agent. Interesting, right? Still got 2 on here, but now we've got some different options that are being provided based on the sources that were cited, okay? Now, same thing happens in the Miami Beach search. Now, this is using the agent function in the Miami Beach scenario. So before I dive in, it stopped this time and asked me a question. So I'd like to know your criteria. Are you looking for an agent who with top sales volume, highest customer satisfaction, or something else? Knowing this will help narrow down the options. Now, I didn't respond. So it just moved on without me. It goes, okay, cool. I'm just going to go. That wasn't me. It just said, because since I didn't respond fast enough, it was coming back and saying continue. It worked for 8 minutes, sourced 57 different sources, and this is what it came back with. Okay. So now, different than how it even looked for the Seattle one, and it's coming back here, or providing me all of this data in a different agent format. Now, again, you can notice here, no phone numbers, none of that other information, still summarizing all the other sources. But if I were to say here, please provide contact info. Sorry, I'm on my computer, my monitor's in the way. Please provide contact info. Anyway, it'll know it's smart enough. All right, boom. It'll read that correctly. It will start going through all of this, and it's going to start setting it up on my desktop. So it'll start searching all of that information to find me the contact info for those sources. Now, I could have just hit the little microphone here and also asked it and requested it to do that, and its screen would have started to search. Now, as it's doing that, right, still going back to this, worked for 8 minutes, remember, this is what it's doing behind the scenes in 8 minutes. I'm putting together a simple process. So we can go and check out its entire process that's happening this entire time. Boom, I can fast forward. I'll reopen the browser and begin this task. It'll allow me to search with the next steps that are required. I'll open up David's sitting group, page element. This will allow me to gather information. The reason I'm pointing this out, and I might sound super dorky right here, but I like being a dork. If you watch what it does, you can start thinking like it thinks to see how it's positioning its mind to start thinking about what you need to do to reverse engineer this so you show up instead of the competition. Now, granted, of course, selling thousands of homes and hundreds of homes is great, but let me take you through the 3 steps that really matter the most so that we can nail this down. So now we know how it thinks. Let's talk about the systems and the steps that we can do to make sure that we can win when it's the time, or so that we can come up when it's time. So let me break down 3 simple steps here. Number 1, you want to make sure your content is tasty for AI. So you need to build an FAQ hub, right? When we look on your website, treat your website like Real Estate Wikipedia. So if you work Seattle, have pages like Ultimate Guide to Buying a Home in Seattle, Selling a Queen Anne Home. The more niched, right? The more, like, if you're in a specific area, specific neighborhood, if you start to dominate those keywords all over and over again, AI is going to pull those up. Then we're going to create content hubs, a page called Relocating to Seattle, use-friendly and informative, no giant walls of text, break things into bullet points, charts, and Q&As. Think of it as cutting up steak into baby food for the AI. Now, if you're going, boy, this sounds like super geeky, I'm busy out doing all this stuff, I don't have the time, you're going to have to start making the decision to start learning how to do this, because the days of old, right, people aren't flipping open a phone book anymore. They're not even going to be looking at Google anymore. The game has changed and we need to adapt. So that's step 1. Let's check out step 2. Be everywhere AI looks, right? That's what we want to talk. So get on the best of list. Pitch yourself on inclusion in local top 10 agent list. If not, make a one on your own on a blog post. Hit the press in a good way. Start cozying up with real estate journals, housing market trends in Miami. You can submit to these different sources like Real Estate News and say that you'd like to provide them some data or an article on what you found, and it'll source you as that actual person. Leverage high-profile platforms. So, of course, expertise.com, HomeLight, Zillow reviews, all of these still matter. And then be the online helper. Participate in formats like Reddit or Q&A. You can win on this one very, very quickly, okay? This is a huge sleeper in my opinion that AI really looks at, because it's going real people talking about real stuff instead of just, propaganda. And that matters a lot to how AI makes decisions, is what are other people saying? And then let's take a look at step 3. Polish your online presence and stay consistent. Big one. You should be doing this a minimum of once a week, if not once a month. I know agents that haven't done it for 3 years. You still are Googling yourself. It's got your old company name. It's got nothing about you. You've got nothing linking to your blog or your website or your landing specific listing page, right? What I really focus on is, ClickFunnels and having a landing specific listing page. So all of this, claim your Google business for all, make sure that you have this. This is still basic, but we need to have those things operating at full speed. So we want to make sure, right, that all of this is happening so that we can show up. Now, I'm going to provide all of that in the playbook. I'm going to provide you a very simple checklist so you can complete all of this. And then make sure that just don't get overwhelmed. This is a battle that's never going to end. You're going to win this over time. So our mission is to keep feeding the AI the right diet of information so that we're in the top mix, ideally at the top. Right? That's what we're really looking to do. So we've gone through all the steps now. You know how to do this. This isn't just about AI optimization. It's about having a business that works for you while you're sleeping instead of you having to work for it all the time. I like to talk about attraction listing, right? Magnetic listing, when people are coming to me. So what you just saw was a complete AI optimization system created to get you recommended by artificial intelligence. No guesswork, no expensive consultants, just a proven, customized, scenario for you and your market. So we're heading into a time right now on Google that it's going to get less and less of that gap, and you want to be that name that pops out of AI's mouth. The future home buyer or seller, it's going to trust AI's recommendation as much as a friend's. Wild, right? Think about that. But rather than fear it, let's get ahead of it. By creating in-depth structured content and guides, you're basically writing the script that AI will later recite. By boosting your presence on third-party sites and in the press, you're getting earned media, which AI heavily leans on to judge who's legit. By polishing your online info, gathering great reviews, you're ensuring that AI sees you as the consistent, trustworthy pro. And so that's a lot. So it's like we're training our future robot overlords to know who the real estate bosses are. Remember, change is the only constant. When SEO first became a thing, some agents ignored it and got left behind, while others, including myself, rode the wave to more business. Now AI is the new wave. The agents who embrace it and adapt it will win the next decade. So before we wrap up in this video, if this helped you and helped you understand how to better optimize your AI system, I'd really mean the world to me if you smash that like button. And then, of course, below, if you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, bing, ring that notification bell. I drop new videos every week showing you exactly how to build a listing-driven business that gives you your life back. And comment beast below to get the exact checklist you can perform today to make sure the next time ChatGPT recommends someone, it's you. And then plus you'll have all the step-by-step implementation guides, every single thing that you need to have massive success. So make sure you check out the next video where I'll take your listing game to an entirely new level. And once again, thanks for taking the time to learn, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.